So today I've got you 3 of the most useful commands. I mean, there are some that don't fit here, but these are the 3 that I use the most and I like the most. And I might throw in a 4th one just for you. So we're gonna get started on I think the most useful one for you. It's the most useful for most people. So it is the fill command. So you'll see, it's a really simple command to learn too. All it is you fill one part of this position, so here, and then fill it to about wherever your end is. And I'll just change whatever this changes to. And you can fill it with whatever block you want. This is sort of like a world edit, because it's also got some cool like secondary stuff afterward if you want it. So we can do stone. We can replace it with. We can do concrete. There. We can do, let's go green, no, lime, _ concrete. You can change it to different colors too. And that goes all the way around. And it fills inside too. But if you don't want it to fill inside, like it is, you can easily just type in this little thing. Type in hollow. And if it works, it should leave this space hollow for you. So you can do whatever you want inside. It does destroy any blocks that were in here, so it just fills everything in here with air. But it is really useful for if you don't want the whole thing full. And if you want, you can also say I want half of this to be a different color or a different set of blocks. So say you're detailing and you don't want, or actually, you know what? Say we got a tree, we'll go. So I'll place some grass. You gotta place this all around. We're just gonna do this side right now. So say you're doing like that theater build I had. Wherever that is. It's right there. So you have your little cool little tree, wherever the logs are, there they are, with leaves. You can place leaves right there. Cool little tree. Now, say you don't want to fill the entire thing. You can come in here, change this to blue _ concrete or wool, whatever you choose. Then you do replace and change it to lime, change it from lime concrete. It likes to do powder first. There you go. So you'll type in this command to replace it. So the way this one works is it's based on whichever one you have. So this is the one you're going to be replacing. So anything that's lime concrete will be replaced with blue concrete. So once I click it, you'll see, there it is. Say I want cyan, that's too dark of a blue. We can change this to cyan and replace all blue. And you click it, and voila. And then say I don't want cyan, you can do the same thing over and over until you get the right one. You can also change, say you want the tree to be a different color. So you'll do acacia _ log. I believe that's its name. And you're going to do oak _ log. Once you click it, there you are. Now I've got an acacia tree. And you can do whatever you want with that. You can change the floor too. And it's really useful for like map making as well. If you just don't want to change everything, but you just want to change that one block to something else, all you have to do use this fill replace, and you can actually have it if you're on a computer. You can have it where you just enter that in. You can do a replace, and you don't need the command block. You'll do this, and to whatever you want to change it to. Change it from. Then there's also outline, which I don't quite know the difference between outline and what's his name? Hollow. There. And then once you do this, I think it only does, yeah. I still don't know, I don't know why you'd use this over hollow, but it still works. So that's it for the fill command. That is the easiest one for today. But none of them get hard, except for the last one. The last one gets decently hard, but it's the most fun one to use. So we'll get rid of all these. There you go. The second one is the replace item command. Now, this one allows you to do things you can't do normally on survival. It's kind of command only stuff. So, as you can see, you can put a diamond in your offhand. You usually can't in Bedrock Edition. As you can see, really fun to do because you can actually show off to your friends that you know this. You can put diamonds there. I can't even put diamonds in there now. But another thing you can do, which I wish they actually showed this visually, but you can also put special items on their head. Say I want to put a diamond on their head. There you go. Now, the way you do this, because this is good for like find the button maps, just showing off to your friends that you can have something in your offhand that's not on the normal things that you can for Bedrock Edition. The way you do this is you type in replace item, and yes, this is really simple. Replace item, so it's replacing that item for the entity that you select, which is the nearest player, which is at P. That's how you select nearest player. You can change this to a player name. You can do at A. You can at A and say has item, whatever. Put whatever tag you want. Then you choose the slot. The only ones that have special items that you can put in them are the head slot, the helmet, and the offhand. I don't believe other ones have other like extra slots, no extra things you can't put in them. So I'll go back to here. I was just testing that one to see if it would work. So if you look, these are all the slots you can choose. Say I want to put it in someone's ender chest, I can just put in their name here. If you can see where my cursor is. You can't probably see my mouse, but you can see where the cursor is. So this at P part, change it to their name. You can throw anything in their ender chest at any slot. So slot.armor, and you got all these choices: ender chest, equipable, so on and so forth. And then hotbar, inventory, saddle. They're all really easy. Now, for the next part, I'm going to just do weapon.offhand. You're going to choose the slot. Now, it does not matter. Actually, I should go in inventory for us. Inventory. Now, it doesn't matter for some, like armor or weapons. But for inventory, there are so many inventory slots that it does matter. So if I put 0, I would assume that would put it in my first inventory slot. I guess it doesn't. I was thinking of how coding works it, but in here, if you type in 1, oh, I actually have to type in like an actual item. Button. We'll do button. Acacia button. Here it is. And this is, I think, the entire slot it'll try to replace. It'll replace any item that you have there. So I don't even actually remember what I had. You can do whatever you want here. So I always put 0 as a slot. So you go here. 0 is my slot. But if I went to 10 and then said diamond, it would place it right here. This is the 10th item slot. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, it does start from 0. I was thinking it didn't. Oh yeah, it does. Okay. So it does start from 0. So 0 is your first inventory slot, and then it counts extra from there. So it's 0 to whatever this number is. I'm not doing the math right now. 27. So and then this would be 10. This would be 27. I don't think these count. But that's it for the replace item command. Really useful command for a lot of things. Also, you can put glass on your head and use it for it. Here, I'll go find it real quick because it's actually really cool. A really cool thing you can do. It's right here, I think. I have too big of a world. There it is. So right here, you click this, you can actually do this. Make yourself a little scuba diver. As you can see, I'm getting water breathing, so you can use it in conjunction with other commands like this. And this is the command I used here for everything. You also have an option, instead of doing an entity, which I'll just run over there real quick, is to another thing you can do is you can replace item, but you can actually do a block, and then pick the position of the block. So say I have a chest right here. Any container should work, and then it's -1 from me. So we'll do block tilde -1 tilde, and then slot dot container. Then we can do 0, and then whatever item. So I'll say acacia button. We'll just do button, and then do that. And then we can do the amount, so we'll do 20, and that should be it. So when I look, acacia buttons, and I'll put a 21st one, and you can do it however you want. Now, that's kind of it for that command. Really useful for map making and showing off to your friends. My favorite one and the most useful one to most map makers and most things, but it is the most confusing one, is the execute command. Now, you'll see that if I shoot like this, that's because of the execute command. So I'll run here. You can do this with any entity. And this is one of the few things that you can do with it. There are many things, like this one is the most useful command you could ever use. So, you'll see, I summon an armor stand based on the position of an arrow. So this is running the command as an arrow. So if you see an arrow, how I shoot the arrow, it summons it at that position. I'll pick this up. See how it keeps summoning? That's why if you do this, it's going to get a lot very laggy. So I have to quickly kill all these. Yep, there it is. So that's the main thing. That's one of the few things it can do. It can also execute is really good at executing things at the position of other entities or as the entity. So say you want to run a command as a player, you can basically base something off what a player is doing. This actually is kind of cool because these aren't normally what you'd use, but this is based on the way the direction the arrow is facing or the player's facing. So if I was doing that, I'm not going to type it in here. I'll actually go to a different world because I want to show you a really cool thing you can do, but it will destroy the world that I'm on. So if I lag out, that'll be why. You'll see a big TNT thing. It's really easy to type in this command. I don't have it set up on this world, but it's just as easy to do. Okay, so you'll do, wait 1 second. Come on. I'll just jump right here. Okay, so the command /give command @p command _block you will type in here execute as @e type equals arrow and then you're going to at s, so that basically that's position. Doing it as the arrow, you're going to run. Then your command you're going to run summon TNT. Then do, it should be fine without where it is. Grab a bow. Now, this one you do not do on any world you want to care about because it is very dangerous. You just do this and voila. See how it's summoning a lot of TNT? Yeah, it'll summon until it hits something. There you go. And it'll summon until the arrow is dead. See how it keeps flying away? You can do this with XP orbs. You can do this with anything. Now, there are many other things that you can do with this execute command. Like, I think I can go to another world that I have. This one. Now, this one might not have the right command. I think it's outdated command. The outdated version of this command. You get to see a lot of the splash text. I don't have this all on one world because it's a lot of stuff. So, we're going to go in here. This one has the outdated version of the command, but it's really easy. You just go in here and you'll TP right here. And I actually have this on my SMP as well for a custom dimension, but I made a Pokemon door, or Pokemon-like door, so it TPs you when you get close. And as you can see, it gives me an error. There. So I think I have this here. See how it says execute position as. This is also another one. It's positioned as. There are many different things. Name B, this is my armor stand. And then you run title, and then to @P wherever they are. If they're within a radius of 1, you can give them this error message. You can also, this is how the actual command works to make sure it's not killing or getting killed. So if they die, that'll vanish. I think this one, oh, it's right here. So this one, will TP you to somewhere else. Same command, just all this. You can also check if they're standing on a specific block. So if you do /execute, you can do if block. Actually, you probably should do as at p if block tilde -1 tilde is grass. Sometimes it likes to be finicky if you do it. Run whatever command. Say me hi. There you go. See how it worked? The reason why it actually just did this is because I executed it runs a test for if you're on a block. This one's very simple. So what's happening here is it's checking if I'm on this grass block, which is right below me. You can change the position to wherever you want it to be. I have it right below me. You can have this in a repeat command as well. So what happens here is you run it as the player, the nearest player, which is me, which just means it's running as me. You'll run a if and then check if that's true. Whatever your if is, if it's true, it'll run this command. If it's false, it will not run this command. So say I'm on up here. I type that in. See? It tells me there's an error. So, I hope you enjoyed this little tutorial, and have a great day. Bye.